All right, so our last unit, Unit 9, was all about right triangles and right triangle trigonometry. So in a right triangle, the other two angles are both what we call acute angles. So this unit, we're going to get into some angles that are not acute. We'll still have some acute angles, but our angles this time we can be obtuse. They can actually even be greater than 180. So we're going to start off with talking about what we call angles that are drawn in standard form. So if you'll notice here, first thing you notice maybe is that our angles that we're going to draw are all placed on our Cartesian plane, our XY plane right here. So the angle, when we draw an angle in standard form, your origin right here, the vertex is always going to be at the what we call the origin. Where's my green? So there's the vertex on my angle. And when we start, we're always going to start on the positive x-axis. So right over here is where we're going to start. That ray that when we start, that's called the initial side. So the initial side is where we start. Initial just means the beginning. So we're going to start right here at the beginning. The other ray where we end, we call it the terminal side. So terminal side, initial side, and the terminal side. And funnily enough, when we measure angles, we're always going to go counterclockwise to get a positive angle measure. So counterclockwise gives us a positive angle measure, and counterclockwise gives us a negative angle measure. And then last thing on the notes right here, if we go one full revolution, so if we start right here at our initial side and go all the way around back to that same place where we start, that is a 360-degree angle right there. So that's going to go right there. All right, so let's practice drawing some of these. Here's how I like to do this. When we're looking at this, we're going to scroll up a little bit more. I like to kind of label. If you'll notice up here, let me come back here up here. Notice how they have 0 degrees. That's where we start. That's our 0. Up here, straight up is 90 degrees. There's your 180, and there's your 270. So they've got those drawn, and that's where I like to begin with too. You don't have to draw all 4 of them, but I'm going to start with, there's your 0 degrees, and there's your 90 degrees. Now with this angle, notice that 75, it's less than 90 degrees. So we don't need to draw anymore. You don't need to draw the 180 and the 270. You're just going to sketch it. Now, I'm not going to take a protractor and measure these. We're just going to kind of guess to our best of our abilities that 75 is about there. Start on your initial side on that x-axis, and then draw your angle that's going up counterclockwise, ending on that terminal side right there. And that's all you're doing. Okay, notice this angle right here. Let's choose a different color. This angle right here, notice it's a negative angle measure. That means that we're going to start here and we're going to go this direction. We're going to go clockwise. So when I label my my coordinates here, I'm going to have 0 degrees here. And instead of 90 up here, I'm going to put a negative 90 degrees down there. I'm just going to kind of go backwards. This is negative 180 degrees, negative 270 degrees, and then negative 360 degrees gets us back to that 0. So when we're looking at this 160, it's not quite to that 180. So we'll just kind of draw another, like I say, I'm kind of guessing on that too, but we'll draw another angle. The main thing I want to see is I want to see you starting from the positive x-axis. And if it's negative, you're going to go clockwise. So draw your arrow so I can see which direction you're going, clockwise to that negative 160 degrees right there. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. Look at this one. So if I were to draw my coordinates here, we start at 0 degrees. It's positive, so I'm going to go up here. This is my 90-degree angle. Then 180 degrees. Basically, I'm just going to keep adding 90. 90 plus 90 plus 90 gives me 270 down here. Plus 90 gives me 360. Now notice this is bigger than this. I'm going to keep drawing this. I'm going to add another 90 and get 450 degrees up there. So this 430 is a little bit shy of that 450. So I'm just going to draw a line that's a little bit shy of that. Now when I draw my angle, watch how fun this is. In fact, let's do it in a different color. So I'm bright green here. You're going to still start on this positive x-axis, but you're going to, whoops, it's going to erase. Hold on. Okay, so you're going to start here and you're going to go all the way around. There's 90, there's 180, 270. We're going to go around to 360 and we're going to keep going to that 450 right there. So that's just saying you've got around your 360 and then 70 degrees more right there. That'll give you that nice lovely angle. Okay, so that's how we draw angles in standard form. Next video, we'll go over radians and degrees.